On the last Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Herring versus Stevenson.
Next time I see you, and I mean that.
I'm kind of upset of the character that he's portraying. We never had any animosity up until recently.
You little.
I'm little. You little.
I expect you to be bigger, bro, dude.
You and I never had an issue, so now you want to make our friends and people that we work with choose a side? Just not right.
I know that this is the biggest fight he ever been in. Even though he a champion, with this fight it's a little bit different. I'm coming to fight, and I'm coming to take his belt.
I love being a champion, but I think just being the first to say that I have a victory over him, that means more than anything.
Good work.
WBO junior lightweight champion of the world.
Perhaps in no other arena does the combination of expectation and what one has done lately collide so forcefully. For Shakur Stevenson, touted as boxing's next great, the one with the potential to eclipse even the best ever, mere championship victories and title defenses may not be enough, because exceeding expectation is the only way to climb.
Shakur Stevenson wants to become the greatest of his generation.
For Jamel Herring, the longest reigning title holder in his division, his last win left a lasting impact.
Still the WBO super featherweight champion of the world.
Yet in here, it's always the next win that defines a fighter.
Don't be surprised when people start calling you a boring fighter.
Because the crossroads of expectation and performance is where greatness can be found. And for two familiar foes, that means the time is now. This is Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Herring versus Stevenson. Two of the fastest hands in boxing, a 24-year-old prodigy who has conquered nearly every obstacle placed in front of him, readies himself for a very different kind of contest in velocity.
The sound.
How fast can I go?
We're gonna open it up, man. You're going all the way down to the green one, nice and tight. Keep turning. Now give it all the gas you want.
All the gas I want. I definitely get all the gas.
Up shit. Wait till it's straightened out, hit the gas.
I'm gonna stop this time. Got it. I saw it too.
141, man. Nice. And now we're on a cool down lap, so we're just gonna let the car kind of cool off. Great driving with you, man. That was awesome.
For Shakur Stevenson, much has changed over the years as he's ascended boxing's ranks. Yet one thing that has remained the same is his mentor, his trainer, and his grandfather, Wally Moses.
I just got tired of they nasty food, so I said I'm gonna cook me something that I like. Shakur doesn't eat red meat. These are beef ribs, so these are heavy on the stomach, so the trainers and coaches eat this. I grew up the old school way, blue collar way, going, getting the technical degrees and go ahead and working and raising your family. So now Shakur has the opportunity to go beyond that. All right, and still those same ethics and principles of hard work and dedication and commitment to your family and everything else. And he's getting an opportunity to do that without a lot of the struggles.
We playing spades, but it's hard to even like explain how to play spades. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
He presented himself as a young man, beginning to start to financially establish himself and be able to do things for his families, but with the same drive and the same enthusiasm as when he first started.
Just over 6 months ago, and over 7,000 miles away, Jamel Herring sought to defend his WBO junior lightweight title against Carl Frampton, a dangerous opponent who many thought would be victorious.
The Frampton fight. This is a guy, 3-time world champion, 2 weight classes, and they were fighting me to make history for not only himself, but for Ireland. I've always had to deal with situations where they've always doubted me, even being the champion. But in those moments, I've always put on the best performances of my career.
Jamel Herring looking as good as we've ever seen him. Knockdown scored.
Once again, ruined the party.
What a great shot by Herring.
In spectacular fashion that nobody's seen coming, but myself and my team.
Jamel Herring has done it. An absolute stunner.
As fight night approaches, retired U.S. Marine Herring maintains his recent routine of relocating training camp from Nebraska to the rarefied air of Colorado.
First full day in Colorado Springs, second part of camp, which is always tells me we're almost at that point now, we're at that halfway mark, which will go by in the blink of an eye. So it's definitely time to continue to, cracking down and, stepping it up a little more. Honestly, if you really look at my career, I wasn't even supposed to be here. Most people counted me out anyway, so this is nothing new to me, at least. So, with that being said, he has to come, and bring his A game and live up to that hype. As for me, I'm just excited because I'm more importantly, I'm in another big fight. So I'm fine. Like I said, I'm confident in me, and again, no added pressure.
The benefits of training in Colorado go beyond mere altitude. As Herring resumes conditioning under the watchful eye of head trainer Brian Bo-Mac McIntyre, the world-renowned tactician has recently taken on yet another superstar, WBC International Welterweight Champion Amir Khan, who will now train alongside Herring and former rival Terrence Crawford.
He still got something there.
It's not bad. I mean, compared to last time, Boma, compared to last time, I'm a little bit. It's not as good as you, but I mean, I'm getting there. I decided to join the team with Bo-Mac here. Obviously, Crawford, we've worked together, we fought against each other.
Stop.
But with Bo-Mac studying my style, I thought it'd be the best idea for me to join the camp as well because he knows me inside out.
Like, as soon as I walk through those doors, they know everyone can't be a Bud Crawford. But the main thing here is no one here is better than the other. We all are treated equally. There's no, this is the guy or he's the guy. No, everyone is treated the same.
Come on, fighter Marine. Up and down. There you go.
With Jamel, I just see that Jamel has improved so much since he's been here.
There we go. Come on, double.
When Jamel put that performance on against Carl Frampton, looked amazing. Punch perfect he was. And I thought, wow, he must be the trainer.
There you go, Frank.
At the end of the day, you need a good trainer to bring the best at you.
Boom, 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 step. Boom, boom, boom. There we go.
This is not going to be an easy fight. He's going to have to dig deep, and he has dug deep before.
There you go, just like that. There we go. Come on, work.
You see, Jamel, he's tasted defeat, and he doesn't want to taste that again. Whereas Shakur's never tasted defeat, and doesn't know what it's going to feel like.
And I believe handing him his first loss will definitely, bring that ego down a few notches.
Unify the Marine.
But taking that O is actually what motivates me.
And still the champion. Good work.
While training camp may take place in Las Vegas on the weekdays, On the weekends, Houston remains home for rising boxing superstar Shakur Stevenson. And he's not the only star of the household.
Love me, show me that you want me, show me that you down for. Never leave me lonely. I love how you control me. We can get happy. I love when you alone me. When I made the song You Got Me, Shakur definitely was in my mind when I was making it. I felt like it was just something that all girls could really relate to, you know, if they got that one person. So, you know, he definitely was an inspiration for that.
With Lyric, I feel like her mentality attracted me. When I first got to meet her, I did not know nothing about her. Like, I did not know who she was. She was on a TV show. She was on the Rap Game, I guess.
I knew he was a boxer, but I didn't know his real status. I didn't know that he was, like, super big the way he is at the time.
So then when I got to meet her, I'm thinking like she gonna come out like to be a bougie person, but she was like real down to earth and like real cool.
I love that he's like a family man. He's really humble, down to earth. That's what I love, because it's not too many people that's in the industry that's like that. So I appreciate that, and that's what keeps us grounded. So that's what I like.
From there on, just wanted to keep getting to know her more and more, and now we're here.
This fight camp is actually a little bit different for Shakur because he got a little bit of pressure on his shoulders. We actually have a big announcement to make. We have a little baby girl on the way.
There you go.
When I found out I was pregnant, I showed him the pregnancy stick and he just looked at it like this. That's literally all he did. But he was happy. He said that he was excited.
Then you gonna do something with your hands cupped under hers down there?
I think Shakur is gonna be a really great dad.
Look at each other.
So I feel like his first child, like he's just gonna treat them like a diamond, literally. And I feel like he's just gonna be great.
I'm getting ready for a fight.
And a baby.
She right. My first time having a baby. We both gonna be clueless, but we got a good family to help us and help us understand what to do, how to do it. And I am kind of scared, but at the end of the day, I feel like I'm gonna be a great father. I feel like I'm gonna be one of the best fathers ever. I can't wait.
Although Jamel Herring and his family have been blessed in so many ways, he also suffered the greatest tragedy that can befall any parent.
Back in 2009, I lost a child, my daughter Ariana, to SIDS. She was only 2 months. She was only 2 months old. I remember just coming home one night, and I remember her mother going upstairs to check up on her. And I just heard like the most horrific scream that I still can remember to this day. And she was saying that she's not responding. So I remember running upstairs and I'm trying to do everything that I possibly can to get a response. And I'm just like, call the ambulance, you know, we gotta get her to a hospital. And, you know, they came and they got her but, you know, of course, when the doctor walked in afterwards at the hospital, they just told me that she was gone. At that point in time, that's when I really wanted to give up on everything, including boxing. I put a lot of blame on myself because I always say to myself, like, what if I would have just stayed home and, you know, monitored her and things of that nature. So it was rough. I remember me telling myself that my daughter wouldn't want me to see me like this. She wouldn't want to see her father be labeled as a quitter. So I just kept going.
There you go. Good work.
And that's why people understand, like with me, a lot of things drive me to who I am today, just because of the people that I represent and the people that that I keep alive in spirit.
There you go, good work.
My daughter gave me the reason why I still fight today.
For Herring, everything he has lost, all of the setbacks in life, only made him more focused inside the ring. And at 33 years old, he finally got a shot at the WBO world title.
I finally earned my shot against Masahiko Ito for the WBO Super Featherweight World Championship. Honestly, I wasn't supposed to win that fight. That was supposed to have been one of those moments where I had my, my farewell song, or what you may call it. That's just not who I am. So I wasn't gonna play that narrative for anyone. And I'll never forget, Bomac being Bomac. And he looked at me with like a cold stare, like, hey, you need to go out here and win this fight because they're already counting you out. And so I'm like, I gotta go out here and dominate.
Jamel Herring for the WBO title.
One thing about me, when you look at all my fights, if you look down on my trunks, I always have my daughter, Ariana, as my guardian angel, my motivation. That was her, it was her birthday. It was her birthday. That day, she would have been 10 years old. So, it was just a lot. When you look back on that fight, that's probably one of my best performances to date. And some people say that I made it look easy, but it wasn't an easy fight. It was just, I worked so hard to perform in that manner. Because I had to be on my A game throughout every second of that fight because he was coming.
Look for that little short right hook.
But I just felt so confident and strong with each round that passed on that I wasn't gonna let him catch up to what I was doing or get me in any way.
And the crowd's pulling on Herring. Another really good round for Herring.
I had a sense that after the 12th round was over that I had that fight in the bag.
With the WBO title on the line.
Right now, it's in the judge's hands, so do I really have it?
Unanimous decision, and the new WBO Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, Jamel.
When I heard that and knew, man, I just broke down. When I felt like everything that I've gone through, it finally paid off, and it paid off in a major way on a special night.
I just wanted, first of all, say happy birthday to my daughter who passed away from SIDS. Today would have been her 10th birthday. This is for her. Happy birthday, Ariana.
Like, for me, I always said, like, that was my gift to my daughter. It was a lot, but it was worth it. It was worth it.
For Shakur Stevenson, final preparations closer to home are emblematic of a dream that has been a long time in the making.
Shakur has a dream, and his dream is a quest. It's not something that has an ending once you've attained a championship. That's not it. It goes on and on and on.
It's going to mean everything taking this belt from Jamel. I'm going to be a two-time world champion, 2 different weight divisions.
This fight right here, Shakur's been wanting it for a very, very long time. Shakur's is like very adamant about who he wants, what he wants, and how he wants to do it. He wants to eliminate the best.
I always try to explain to Shakur that you want to be at the top. You have to keep dreaming to be at the top. You can't settle for where you are now.
There you go.
It's gonna put me in a position to have bigger fights. That's something that I've been wanting. That's something I've been waiting for. I gotta go in there and I gotta make sure I'm a special type of talent. I gotta make sure I leave a legacy. Beating up Jamel is gonna be something that puts me in that position.
Jamel presents the same threat as any other opponent. He comes in there with pants on just like we do. We want to go in there and win, and we're going to try to do everything to win. And for all y'all guys out there you want to tell us how we should win, don't even think about it.
All around, everything that I do is better than Jamel. I just feel like overall, I'm just a way better fighter than Jamel. I don't think that anything October 23rd that he brings is going to stop what I'm bringing.
In spite of the heated rhetoric lingering in the air, the building animosity finds Jamel Herring and his camp seemingly unfazed.
I've been in the same position many, many times before, and I used it as motivation.
Shakur's a great boxer, you know. I will hand him that. He can walk towards you, he can walk you down, he can box you, he can move. But Jamel's about the same way.
Go with the bag at its highest point. Go with it, go with it.
I think I'm confident because I feel like I've been through every type of fight you can place me in.
Come on, that one shit ain't gonna get it. Use your legs.
I've done with the guy the likes of the pressure fighters, the brawlers, the boxers, the counter punchers. So I have a lot of wealth of experience and knowledge within the ring.
There you go. One more.
More importantly, I have one of the best teams in boxing.
There we go.
Since I made the transaction with my team, they never let me down. They never had a setback, and that's why I'm confident. If you look at it now, the landscape, I'm actually the longest reigning world champion in the division, but yet I still keep getting doubted. But here I am. I'm still champion.
You do your job. You slack on your job right now. There we go. Stay with him. Stay with him. Stay with him.
I don't care what anyone's gonna say. I enjoy ruining the party.
There we go. I need this stiff chest. Oh! I knew we was gonna get him out of there. I knew we was gonna get him out of there. Watch. Watch. Watch.
When the bell rings, much of what comes before rarely matters. It will no longer be a question of friend or foe, words exchanged, or proximity of training camps gone by. Instead, all that will remain is the here and now. For boxing's next great hope, the idea of someday becoming the best ever will hinge on one shot at a time. For an American hero and the reigning champion, all of his accomplishments will remain frozen as he seeks to hold on to his belt in a title fight of seismic proportions, where destinies will collide.
Atlanta, my belt.